you have to watch what you say.
Yeah.
Because there's another record on the album which no one's heard yet, and I say basically I'm gonna go and see my gran because it might be her last year. And then it's like it is her last year, do you know what I mean? And it's mad, but it was a difficult time for me because my gran passed away and we're promoting Blackout, sorry. So it's like I'm doing a press run and then I'm going to the 9 night and then I'm thinking about the funeral.
Okay, so the verses, they're so powerful because the beat is so melodic and so friendly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't really read into or just listen carefully, but you speak about quite a few personal things on the track.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we can go through them.
Yeah.
First off, the breakdown of coming home to your bags.
Yeah.
Take us through that.
You know what it is? When I was young, I was just out and about, just like I suppose everybody was, quite mischievous. And
a little wretch. Yeah.
A little bit. But I was at that age. I wasn't too small. I was 16. I was 16 going on 25.
Okay.
And me and my mum was clashing, and it was like, well, if you're gonna act like a grown up and you're gonna act like this big man, then pay all of the rent then, or you know, when something needs doing, do it. And you're like, at that age, I was still quite young, and I was like, I'm not quite getting it. So I'm acting like I'm older than I am, but I'm not being responsible and I'm not helping out enough. One day I come home, my bags, and the door wasn't on the latch, it was locked, and then the bags are there, and I'm like, Mum, what's going on? She's like, no, you're grown up now, innit? You're a big man. Go and be a man. I'm like, no, I'm 16. Now you're 16. No, go and... Then, you know what, it's funny because like, to be totally honest, like, it made me I had a lot of anger for my mum, because at that age I was still young. I went and, you know, got somewhere to live, whatever. But then it was only till a couple years after that I realised that was probably the best thing anyone had ever done for me in my life. And as I say in there, like, only real women make a man. And that was definitely something that needed to happen, because I would have been 25 acting like I'm 16.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not going in the right direction. You're better off being 16 acting like you're 25.
Yeah, so that you can grow.
Yeah, so that you can grow into it. So yeah, that's basically the story with that. Yeah.
Okay. And also in the same first verse, you said you wish you could bring back your gran.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we do know that you did lose your gran.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear about that. But putting that in a song, do you feel like it's left you open emotionally? Because the world can hear it, and they're kind of hearing you cry. Do you get what I mean?
It's a funny one, because like in sometimes I feel like you have to watch what you say.
Yeah.
Because there's another record on the album which no one's heard yet, and I say basically I'm gonna go and see my gran because it might be her last year. And then it's like it is her last year. Do you know what I mean? And it's mad, but it was a difficult time for me because my gran passed away, and we're promoting Blackout, sorry. So it's like I'm doing a press run, and then I'm going to the 9 night, and then I'm thinking about the funeral, and so much things were going, you know, through my mind, and it's just like the whole family is like, listen, she was like so proud of you. She's seen two sides of you, you know what I mean? And she's seen you change, and she's seen you, you know, reform, and she's seen you going for, you know, for better things, and it's like, they're like, listen, don't feel any type of way that you're over there. We know you've got to work, and we're all grieving, like, you're no good coming there grieving with us. Like, go and work, do what you have to do, and be who you have to be. And it was like one of them things that just kind of sat with me, and it was like, I feel like when you're an artist, you have to be real with yourself and with your audience. And it's like, there could be some people that go through that same circumstance, that just hearing that I've been through a similar thing, that can help them. And I think sometimes your purpose is just a bit greater than just like being a rapper. Sometimes it's spiritually or emotionally or, you know, inspirationally you know, supposed to uplift people, and I think it's important that I have to speak from a real place.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's really insightful.
Mm.
So, along the lines of emotions, do you feel like you can't really, you have put it in the track, but do you feel like you always have to like be on, like where you're sitting here with us today, if you're having a bad day, you can't really say, look B, I'm having a bad day, well, you know what I mean? Because you have to always, because you are almost public property.
Yeah, you are, man. There's been like you could like, even just speaking about my gran, for example, it's like the day after, I can't remember where I went somewhere. It was like people was asking me for pictures, and I'm like, man, like this is definitely not the time in my life. But then you think about it on the other side, like they don't know that. Do you know what I mean? How are they to know? They just know that they listen to this guy, they buy his music, they look up to him, and now I've seen him. I want to at least have a, you know, I want to take a memory from it. I want to smile, I want to high five, I want to hug, I want a picture or something. And it's like, there's two sides to every coin, innit? And you kind of just have to understand that this is what's going to happen. And it kind of is what it is, really.